Hey everyone! Becky Lander here, CEO and co-founder of Modern Direct Seller. Happy Monday! Welcome to our Make Money Monday. Super excited about our topic today. We're talking about how to take our content, moving our content into conversations. We talked a lot in our challenge about our 3 and then taking those conversations and that converting to sales. So super great topic today. I'm excited to dive into this with you, but I want to make sure this video is showing up in all the right places. It should be on YouTube and then also over on our Facebook business page. So I am going to share this over in the Academy as we're chatting, as well as our free group, the Modern Direct Seller Tribe. Hey, Susan, how are you? Good morning. Good morning. As you're popping in, hey, Bethany, say hello. Let me know you are here. How was your weekend? I had a whirlwind of a weekend. I can't wait to tell you guys all about it. So much good stuff happening. Just a little crazy, just a little like flying cross country and back and all the things in a few days, which has been super fun. And I wouldn't change anything, but you know how it is when you get back into town after being away for a little bit. Hey, Wendy. Hey, Sylvie. I have suitcases that are half unpacked and my kids were like, "Where have you been? Did you bring us things back?" Just doing a little bit of catch up this morning, getting things back on track, ready to roll. Not to mention, we have all of our exciting construction happening over here. So I'm going to post it behind the scenes over on my stories at some point today. Hey, Natalie, glad you're here. But we now have concrete that got poured and we're starting framing, which is super exciting. So you might hear a little hammering in the background. That's probably going to be going on for the next couple of months, but so excited. Yes. Hey, Karen. Oh my gosh, Karen, good to see you. Oh my gosh. So my weekend started, I'm glad you mentioned that, was at the Norwex VP Summit. So Kara and I were hanging out as well as a bunch of the US VP level with Norwex. And we had so much fun together. I mean, I've got to say, I'm super impressed with what's happening over at Norwex. And it was just such a treat to be there with that level of leadership and really have those conversations about what the last couple of years have looked like, as well as what the future looks like and all the potential in front of us. So I got to facilitate a super fun workshop over there in Dallas on Friday, and I loved every minute of it. So shout out to all of my Norwex friends. And oh, by the way, if you're watching this video, feel free to share this with your team because the content we're covering today is going to be really, really good, especially if they participated in the challenge. Oops, there we go. The challenge, they're going to love this conversation around how we're creating that content and moving it along. But so after Dallas, this is my whirlwind of a weekend. I came to Dallas on Thursday. I got to meet a couple of our Academy VIPers for dinner. Friday, I facilitated a workshop at Norwex, which was incredible. And then Friday night, I flew out to Orlando and drove to Melbourne, Florida, and got to hang out with Jennifer Johnson, CEO and founder of CinchShare. I got to stay at their beautiful home, Harbor's Day. If you've been there for a team retreat before, you know how magical it is. We got up and I did yoga, and we went kayaking, and then we saw dolphins, and it was just such a great day. We did a little bit of work. I got to see CinchShare 2.0 and some sneak peeks of what they have going on and what they're working on. And we got to go to dinner together and just really have a great time. So there were several other direct sales leaders that were there as well as trainers. So it was just a great conversation about kind of how the industry is evolving, but you know how it goes when you're doing stuff like this. You don't need a formal sit down facilitated retreat. It was the conversations in the kayaks and over margaritas and sitting on the patio watching the lightning on Saturday night that were just amazing. So it was a really fabulous weekend. And then of course flew back home and got to see my family on Sunday and catch up up with all things and still feeling like a little bit of catch up, right? So, oh, Elizabeth, I am so glad I can be that bright spot for you. Oh, I love that. Well, you're going to love this conversation today because we're going to break it down really simple. So as we're getting started, comment below. Let me know what your company is so we know who we have represented. Maybe we need to do like a prize for the company that has the most people on these Make Money Mondays. But we're going to talk about really kind of building off of what we talked about in the challenge. So for those of you that maybe didn't participate in the challenge the week before last, we did a deep dive into the 3 + 3 + 3 equals 3,000 formula. And in that training, we talked about how to best serve our current customers, how to connect with future customers, as well as future teammates, right? So we talked a lot in that training about what to say and how to say it and how creating conversation is going to result in sales, right? We know that we're in it for a little bit of the long game, right? That's what we do here is we know that money doesn't come flying out of the sky, and these relationships that we're building with our customers are lifelong relationships. And some people buy right away. Some people, it takes a little bit longer to make that purchase. So in the challenge, we really did dive in on a deep level, right? We really dove into what those conversations look like, because as I shared with you, many times these conversations are happening behind closed doors. So if you're a leader and you're thinking, gosh, my team isn't totally understanding this whole world of social selling, it's probably because they can't see what you're doing via DM, PM, or text. So we kind of just like put it all out there during the challenge. And we talked about what these conversations look like and how to keep it conversational. So today I want to challenge you to really think about your content that you're creating, whether you're creating content on your personal page, your professional page, your business page, your VIP group, your Instagram account, wherever that might be that you're creating your content. I want you to think about really making it your number one goal to get the engagement that you're having on those posts move into individual conversations, right? So if somebody's commenting, you can easily send a quick little message back and say, oh my gosh, thank you so much for your comment. I wanted to follow up and say a little bit more about that, right? Or, oh, I love what you said. I have a follow-up question, right? So as we're creating engagement on the content that we're putting out there for the world here on social media to see, your number one goal should be to take that conversation that's happening in the comments and moving it into a direct conversation. So one thing that I shared during the challenge, and I've shared in a couple of different trainings now, is what I like to call this lazy girl method, right? The lazy girl method of creating conversation, which is really just responding to people's stories and getting in their inbox and having that back and forth dialogue. But you can also lean into that on your social posts, right? So if people are commenting and they're chatting it up in your posts, then you can DM them, you can PM them, you can have a direct conversation from there. I also love this concept of letting people raise their hand. So I'll actually give you a concrete example of this right here, right now. So today, you may have got an email letting you know that I'm doing a coffee chat today at 10 a.m. So at Pacific, so like 50 minutes from now, I'm doing a coffee chat. And today's the last day to hop inside the Modern Direct Seller Academy and scoop up our spring enrollment bonuses that we have for you. So if you're on the fence and you want to learn more and you want to pop into this coffee chat and kind of just get the inside scoop on the Academy, or maybe you're new to the Academy and you're like, yeah, like give me a quick walkthrough, I would love for you to join me for coffee. And if you would like an invite to that, comment with the word coffee in this post, right? So if you comment with the word coffee and you want an invite to coffee, and this is like a real life example, so if you really want to come, you're totally invited, then I'm going to send you a DM and I'm going to say, hey, Jenny, I would love for you to join me for coffee. Here's a Zoom link to join us. We're hopping on at 10 a.m. Pacific, 1 p.m. Eastern, right? Simple as that. You're letting people see. Karen wants to come to coffee. So does Angel. All right, you guys are invited. I will send you a message right after this with the details so you can log in and you can join us. And it's going to be a Zoom call. It's super casual. But what I did right there is I let them raise their hand, right? I let them raise their hand saying that they wanted more information about what I'm sharing. So when you think about your products, maybe there's a new product release coming up. Maybe there's a discount or a sale or something exciting that's coming. Maybe you're running an event and you want to invite people to come join you for that event as you launch a new product line or you host a party and a post in your group. Any of those options, you can put content out there and let people raise their hand and say, yes, I want an invite. Do all 23 of you want an invite? No, that's okay, right? But do a couple of you want an invite? Perfect. I'm going to take this conversation now from this post into a direct message. So when you're thinking about creating content, you really want to let people easily raise their hand, right? You want to invite them to learn more and to dive in deeper with you. So at the very, very beginning, when we're creating content, we want to keep it conversational. We want people commenting, engaging, replying. And then we want to be able to take that conversation happening on social and move it into a direct message. Often that's happening on the platform you're engaging on. So if you're on Instagram, you're going to take it into a DM. If you're here on Facebook, you're going to take it into a PM. Maybe you are sending a text if you have their phone number and you're able to text them as well. All right. So that's kind of the process of moving it from content to conversation. Then you're having a conversation, and maybe this is a brand new lead. Maybe this is somebody that you don't know that well, that hasn't purchased from you. And we think about those 333s. Maybe it's a future customer. Maybe it's a future teammate. And you may be just having kind of a casual back and forth conversation. When the time is right, you do want to introduce the business. And here's one thing that I feel like sometimes we make a mistake doing, right? We jump right into the sale because we're so excited about our product and we love our business so much. We want to tell everyone all the things. So our next message is, oh my gosh, you love Color Street? So do I do too. Look at my nail feet. Isn't it so cute? Cool. Here's my link where you can go shop, right? But what happened there is that we skipped a step. We skipped the dating phase, right? Where you're kind of courting them and you're getting to know them and you're offering solutions to them. So rather than jumping directly to a link share and a click and go shop, in these conversations you're now having one-on-one, you want to make sure that there's kind of a step between. And that might be, hey, we have a brand new catalog that released. Can I send you the link to it? Hey, I'm doing a bingo night. I'm doing a launch event. I'm doing some kind of fun activity inside my group. Would you like an invite to my group? So we're kind of baby stepping them in to learning more about the business in a pretty casual, cool, chill way. Right? We're not being crazy. We're not throwing links at people. We're not word vomiting on them. We're simply saying, oh my gosh, I know that you've been following what I've been up to. Do you want to pop into my group and learn more? Would you like a catalog to take a peek? Would you like to come to the event that I'm having on Thursday night? Would you like to stop by my house? I'm doing an open house on Saturday, right? So kind of having those steps in between before the click here and shop is really, really important. So when you think about those conversions that you're making, it's probably after you've had a good amount of back and forth messages directly with that person. They've gotten to know you a little bit, so you've developed that know, like, trust factor, and then you're able to invite them and make that ask. But we got to baby step into that ask. If we go straight for the ask, then we feel spammy and icky and salesy, right? So we want to make sure that we're having that conversation. So let me know in the comments. I want to hear if you're still with me on this. Does this make sense? Give me like a yes or yeah, I'm with you, right? So taking in our social content, moving it into one-to-one conversations, and then kind of having that back and forth dance with some baby steps in between before there is an official ask and a conversion happening in that conversation. So give me a yes if you're with me, if this concept makes sense. Yep. Okay, good. Okay, perfect. So that's my challenge to you this week, right? When you're thinking about Make Money Monday, we're always trying to provide an actionable tip to help take your business a little bit step further. So whether you're taking this video and sharing it with your team or repurposing it and taking some of what I said and doing a team training with it, or if you're just using this as you're applying it to your own business, my challenge to you this week is to create content that allows people to raise their hand and then following up with a direct message. That's going to help you fill out your 333s that you're doing on the regular. And it's also going to allow you to get to know people on a deeper level. And you're not chasing people down. How good does it feel when people raise their hand and they're like, yes, send me more information about the coffee. I'm not running and saying, would you like some coffee? Would you come hang out with me? Let me tell you more about what I got, right? You're letting people raise their hand and say, yes, it's that permission-based marketing that is happening in the content that you're creating. All right. I'm so glad you love this, Wendy. Absolutely. Oh my gosh. It's one of those things that, like, after you've been doing this for a while, it just comes really natural to you. But if you're less familiar with having those direct conversations, it can feel really overwhelming. And I think that's one thing that we heard loud and clear when we were doing the challenge was, I know I need to be talking to people, but it's really hard to find the right words and what to say to people. And I get a little bit scared and then I just don't do anything at all. So building that confidence and really understanding what that formula looks like behind the scenes that many successful direct sellers are doing, but kind of opening up the doors and making it a little bit more transparent. It's not something that's just happening behind the scenes that you can't get your eyes on and really think about what this looks like in practice. Like, this is an open door. We're building this muscle. Yes, Angel, I love it. Okay, so as we wrap up this morning, because I like to keep these pretty short and sweet, I do want to give you a couple of quick reminders. Number one, if you're not yet in the academy, you've got to come join us. If you want to learn more, come to the coffee chat. It's happening in about 45 minutes. Doors close. Bonuses expire for these amazing bonuses that we've created for you at midnight tonight, or 11:59. I think we say. It never fails. There's always like the last couple of orders that come in right before that deadline. But we have 3 amazing bonuses beyond everything that you're already getting in the academy. We have a masterclass coming up next week with Lisa Dock, all about systems, and we're talking specifically about the Boards app. So we're going to show you how to use the Boards app with your team, how to use it in parties, how to create pages with it. She is a wealth of knowledge, and we're going to do a deep dive into boards. Bonus number 2 is that we have over 100 done-for-you messages, from coaching your host to making new connections, all the things in our download, which is probably our most popular download, Perfectly Crafted PMs, DMs, and Texts. It is getting a complete facelift, and here in the next couple of weeks, you'll have a brand new version of that with those messages preloaded to boards and Project Broadcast for you. And then the third bonus, which I'm really excited about as well, is we have a masterclass with Janelle Holden. Now, many of you have met Janelle. She's part of our team. She is a seasoned sales professional. She knows how to have sales conversations better than anyone that I know. And she is going to come in and do a masterclass about really what to say when you're having direct conversations with people to kind of keep the conversation moving forward and getting to those conversions that you're working towards. So in a very authentic, relationship-based way, which is totally her style, my style as well, which I love that. So those are the 3 bonuses. You have until midnight tonight to snatch those up. If you are in the academy, by the way, I do want to mention that if you upgrade from monthly to annual, or if you join us as an Academy VIP, which if you want to learn more about that, I'm happy to share that with you, then you are getting an additional product credit to the Modern Direct Seller shop. So you also have until midnight tonight for that. And when you're in VIP or annual, we have our virtual retreat happening on Friday. This week on Friday, we have our virtual retreat. It's from 9 to noon Pacific, noon to 3 Eastern. We're talking about all things related to growing your sales in the next 6 weeks. We're basically kicking off a 6-week sprint at that retreat before the next retreat that we have scheduled, and talking about really what we can get done during that 6-week block, like before summer hits. And I don't know about you, but when summer hits, there's like travel, vacations, kids, camps, all the things happening. So we're going to talk about really kind of putting pushing the gas pedal over the next 6 weeks at our retreat on Friday. So lots and lots of good things coming up. I am so excited for all of it. It has been great to see your faces this Monday morning. I'm excited to hear how you can apply this concept of really creating content that creates conversations, moving it into one-to-one conversations, and then moving it into a conversion. So with that said, I look forward to seeing all of you this week. If you want to join me for coffee, Comment Coffee, and I will send you the link to come join us. And I will see a few of you here in about 40 minutes. All right, my friends, I will talk to you soon. I hope you have a great